Hello, everyone. John Bruna here with the Daily Quote. Let's go ahead and get right to it. I try to treat whomever I meet as an old friend. This gives me a genuine feeling of happiness. That's from the 14th Dalai Lama. I have to say, this is one of my favorite practices, and one that has changed my life in so many ways. It's really a pretty simple practice, but it can be a challenging one. But when you can bear it in mind, when you can take some time in the morning and reflect on it, everyone that we meet is trying to find their way to be happy, try to get their needs met. Some people are more skillful than others. Some people are struggling more than others. Some people have more afflictions than others. But that ultimately, as I've mentioned here many times, we depend on each other. That many of the people that I don't like at all have actually contributed to the life I get to live. They've provided me with all the resources that I get to utilize, the clothes I get to wear, the food I get to eat, etc., the knowledge I have, the education, the skills, literally everything I have in my life, the buildings I get to go in. Yeah. And, it's easy to forget all that as we get caught up in our own me and mine and them and theirs world. But this practice, when I recognize, there's some people that are not very healthy for me to be around. There's some people who are. There's some people I get to call friends. There's some people that I don't really know at all. They're just strangers. But when I recognize that they are just like me in the sense that they're trying to find their own way, they have their own families and histories and past traumas and joys and hopes and dreams, well, then it's much easier for me to recognize that any interaction I have with them could be a meaningful one. And when I greet them as an old dear friend, wow, it's amazing how interactions with strangers can change, just even in a moment, just a warmth. People that I struggle with, well, it eases that whole interaction. I used to be a high school teacher. I taught in North Long Beach, actually, right on the border of Compton, and an area that was multicultural and had some low-income families and could be a very difficult environment. And one of the wise old teachers there taught me to never let a student go by that I know, like when I'm walking by, whether in the community or on campus, without looking at them and saying hello and saying their name. And I'll tell you what, this changed all my interactions at school. It changed my interactions in the classroom. And, well, I learned to do that out in the world that I get to engage in. And whether I knew their name or not, acknowledging people, greeting them as a dear friend, giving them some attention, well, it really transforms that interaction, but also transforms the environment that we're living in, touches them in some way usually. Not always, sometimes, I can't even get someone to crack a smile no matter what. But in general, 99% of the time, it's a meaningful interaction. And it changes the environment we live in. And I think right here, right now in the world, see if I can enunciate, that we are living in, I think we really need a lot more dear friends. I'm looking at you, hopefully right now, as an old dear friend. And I want to thank you for the goodness that you bring into the world.